Hi, I'm registered and licensed dietitian and nutritionist Wendy Wesley, and I'm here to talk to you about how to keep that produce you buy, that very expensive produce you buy, fresh, so you don't end up throwing it in the trash can, but it ends up actually getting into your body. I use these things called wet boxes and wet bags. So what I have, this is a wet box, what I call a wet box, and this is, I bought some spring mix, and I ate the spring mix, but I didn't throw away the container. I put a wet paper towel at the bottom, and what I do is I store my vegetables in here. Right here on top I have my cilantro. Now a little bit of it is looking wonky. I'll cut that off and then use it for my taco. And then below I have some kale. Now this kale is over a week old. It is still what we call turgid, which means it is holding on to the water in its cells. Still great, still really crunchy. Can you hear that? Still really, really crunchy. And then down below I have some green onions and some leek tops. And so, whoa. And so what I do is I put the heartier stuff at the bottom so it doesn't get crushed, like the kale and the leek tops, those are heartier. And then I put the softer stuff like the cilantro on top. And so here's what happens is this wet paper towel, through the process of diffusion, continues to put water into the cells of the plants, and that keeps them nice and fresh. Now, if you just threw this stuff in the refrigerator, in a couple hours it would be wilted and dead and you wouldn't want to eat it, but you keep it in this box and it'll last for a good solid week. The other thing I'd never want you to do is buy produce and shove it in those drawers. Those refrigerator drawers that say produce or vegetables, those are the drawers of death. That's where produce that you spent good money on goes to die. Don't do that. I want you to use these wet boxes and wet bags. This is a plain old Ziploc bag with 2 wet paper towels inside. Same process. The water in the wet paper towel through the process of diffusion is just keeping all of this stuff in here nice and wet and moist and crisp. And so in here I have some Brussels sprouts. I have a cut onion from a couple of nights ago. It's still good and ready to go. I have some green onions. They are firm. Here, you can hear this snap. Well, it didn't really snap, but you know what I mean. This is still really, really good, almost good as the day I bought it. So the other thing is you keep this stuff at eye level in the refrigerator. You open up the refrigerator and it is the first thing you see. And what it does is it says, hey, you spent good money on me. How are you going to use me in your breakfast, lunch, dinner, in your cooking? Now, if you shove it in the drawer, out of sight, out of mind, this, you got to keep it at eye level in the fridge. It confronts you every time you open the fridge and you say, I better eat those vegetables that I spent money on. I'm Wendy Wesley, registered dietitian and nutritionist, and I thank you for listening. Okay, bye-bye.